Good day, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of an investigation into the failures that occurred on board the Moskva surrounding its sinking. And for this purpose, we have to delve into the preparedness of both the ship and the crew. Now, unfortunately, we do not have any information in this regard about the Moskva, but we are going to have to make do with a recording of the Nanuchka-class corvette Mirage. The time is the 10th of August 2008 during the opening moves of the Russo-Georgian War, and the location is off the eastern coast of Abkhazia. So this ship is a anti-ship missile-armed corvette, has two triple launchers of P-120 Malachit anti-ship missiles, a 76mm gun, a close-in weapon system, and the OSA-M naval short-range air defense system, similar as to the Moskva. So interestingly enough, this recording, I think, will give us a very good idea of both the behavior of Russian Navy crews during a time of war and the readiness of their ships and the corresponding equipment therein. So this skirmish occurred between the minuscule Georgian Navy, or in this case, just the single Stenka-class cutter Giorgi Toreli, and a task force consisting of, interestingly enough, the Moskva, some other corvettes destroyer, but singularly in this engagement, it was only the Mirage Nanuchka-class corvette that engaged outside of visual range the Stenka-class cruiser that was minimally armed. I think it was even serving more as a Coast Guard cutter. That it was confused with a similar class missile-armed boat, of which the Georgians, ironically enough, didn't have any anti-ship missiles in inventory to be able to fire. So, curiously enough, this recording starts off pretty much during the heat of battle. We see the crew in the engine room, presumably, huddled around the control station, I'd presume. We can certainly remark the lack of proper uniform, certainly no anti-flash gear being worn at this time. Interestingly enough, the crew is just standing around, certainly not at their watch posts or at any battle stations one would expect them to be. Of course, the Russian Navy does use conscripts in a lot of these lower seaman roles, so correct behavior during an attack isn't something to be presumed. But the comedy of errors certainly doesn't stop here. As the attack is going on, and it's reported that one or two anti-ship missiles, Malachit, were fired, so I think we can actually hear those shots occurring in the video. We can see the chief engineer here having some trouble with his control equipment there, and the typical Russian response to rectifying such technical issues. So this really gives us a feel for both the professionalism of the crew and the very lackadaisical standards of the equipment. In the further shots, we get a quick view of the outside of the ship, presumably after the battle, and some views of the interior gangways with equipment not being stowed and generally a poor state of preparedness. And once again, the recordings do not fail us. In this final segment of the video, we can see the ship presumably back at port in Sevastopol, and attempting to stow its OSA-M air defense system. As you might remember, this is a turreted two-missile launcher that comes up from the deck. Here it is in its extended position, and the crew is attempting to lower it. This seems to be a hydraulically controlled and operated system. certainly has a bunch of limit switches in order to make sure that the missile launcher itself is aligned correctly to be able to be stowed. If not, it would pinch the missile during retraction and cause quite a headache for anyone on deck. And interestingly enough, so at a situation of life and death where air attack could certainly be a possibility, this ship has a very limited serviceability of its air defense system. Not being able to be stowed, certainly not being a quick reaction type of equipment where you want that turret to be up and ready at a moment's notice. Here they have to, drive it back and forth, get it into alignment, and finally it does retract back into its deck turret. But I think this video, even though just an anecdotal episode of Russian incompetence, here we actually do have, objective evidence of the state of preparedness of Russian crews. So, of course, it could be said that things might have changed from 2008 up until today, but realistically, due to the kleptocratic running of all Russian institutions, one can really just presume that things have gotten worse and not better. So we can see that the Russian Navy sends its crews out with deficient equipment, deficient training, missing personal protective equipment, certainly, and I think we can very well presume that such was the case on the Moskva. And certainly these crews, noting and the state of their ship, they wouldn't be wasting any time hanging around or fighting fires in just their underpants to save the ship. They would have gone straight for the life rafts and gotten out of there. So, as I said, this is a nice insight into the general state of Russian troops. After this video, I will be continuing on with some interesting new topics, Russian electronic warfare equipment, the mines and the setups we've seen left over in the occupied areas. We're going to be talking a bit about Russian logistics, and a lot of interesting sort of technological and military intersection topics. So thank you for tuning into this video. If any of our commenters that have firsthand experience of naval matters would like to present their observations to this video, that would be very much appreciated. If you've enjoyed the video, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel, and I will be back very soon with some more content. Thanks again, and bye-bye.